Trump National Golf Club welcomes a very special veteran. School's back in session and there's a new principal at the helm at Peninsula High. If you're looking for a healthy, delicious, and ever-changing way to dine, then we have just the place for you. In sports, the Panther football team is ready for 2017. Then we find out summer lasts all year at the Terranea Resort. And if you've ever wanted to see what it's like inside one of these beautiful homes, stay tuned. Patriots Honor held their second annual golf tournament at the Trump National Golf Course. The charity helps wounded veterans get back into their lives after combat. Our own Mayor Brian Campbell stopped by to meet the honoree, and here's more from the event.
Patriots Honor is a great organization. Our whole thing is military helping military. Most of our board is actually active duty military still. I got out of the Marine Corps many years ago, but we were able to create an organization that really takes great pride in giving back. You know, all of us are volunteers. Nobody's taking a paycheck. So 100% of the dollars that we collect after operations expenses goes right back to our veterans. And we do really cool projects like this where we can help kind of give veterans something that gets them back, you know, in the swing of things. It helps them reacclimate and be active in their lives. Last year, our star recipient, Josh, was able to get a trike, you know, a custom trike for his injury. He's missing both legs. And so we wanted to give him something that gave him that mobility and that freedom and that pride to be active and be out there again. So it's just great to see what happens when we're able to work with our veterans and get them that access and really just, you know, lighten their lives. Our recipient this year is Jared Stevenson, and this is perfect for him because of you know, the injury that he sustained was a headshot, and so he has partial paralyzation on his right side, and so this vehicle is completely set up for all the strength on his left side. So it's got a modified steering wheel, all the pedals are shifted left so that he can do that. It's a very tactical, very utility, you know, vehicle as well. So we were really excited because it lets him have a lot of mobility and do a tremendous amount more than probably he was expecting. It was funny because his wife and I were talking, and they were, you know, just excited about going camping. So it was pretty neat to be able to say, hey, you know, you're going to be able to now go out in the woods and kind of go crazy with it. So
Jordan liked to go off-road or camping with his family prior to his injury. So we wanted to give him something that he could go back with his family and go off-roading and basically wherever you want to go. And the FJ is a fantastic vehicle for that.
Tell us about your involvement with Patriots Honor. I know is this the second year for you guys, right?
Second year with us. Last year, the first year was with Josh Holtling, and we built the trike for Josh. Right. So we've been with Patriots Honor for a little over 2 years now. But what a wonderful ride, wonderful experience.
And it's really important because these guys have given so much, obviously, and you are really helping to give back.
It's an honor for us. It really is, because it's something that we can do. We're in the bike building, we're in the motorcycle building, the car building, anything with a motor and I guess and paint and metal we can build. So this gives us an opportunity to give back, just like Patriot does. We give back to those who gave. Same kind of philosophy. So whatever we can do to help, it's the honor is ours.
We are here today with Mayor Brian Campbell. Brian, I know that you're so excited to come out today, meet some of the recipients from Patriots Honor, because you really appreciate the military and you know what they've sacrificed for us.
Well, I do. I'm still in the military, and I met this year's honoree and last year's honoree, and I respect the heck out of what Patriots Honor is doing for them, and I also respect the heck out of their honorees for what they've gone through and what they've suffered. I mean, the military can be a great thing for many people, for most people. It can be something that utterly changes their lives for the positive. Certainly changed my life for the positive. Maybe a better man, better dad, better businessman. I mean, across the board, it may be a better person. To large part, what drives me is I'm so inspired by these folks. And there are enough of our soldiers who really get hurt or don't come home. Right. And they suffer, their families suffer, their friends, their extended family, and we need to help those folks out. And I firmly believe that what they've done and what our military continues to do allows us to have the sort of life that we all enjoy, not just here in Rancho Palos Verdes, but around the country. So I'm really proud to be here today. I'm really proud to be a veteran, and and I'm excited that they're doing this. It's a great group here today of former service members, current service members, injured service members, and it is a family. I mean, once you've gone through that sort of shared experience, it's something that you take with you the rest of your life, and the vast majority of it is really positive. But for those individual servicemen and women where they really suffered, it feels great to be able to help them out and to recognize them. And organizations like this, what Patriots Honor is doing, is absolutely at the top of the heap for doing that sort of thing.
So one of the things they asked me when they approached me, they asked me what can I do anymore? What do I want to do still? And after I got hurt, I couldn't use my Jeep anymore because I lost use of my right leg and my right arm. So I said I still really want to go camping with my family and be able to be active with my family. And they hit me with a couple ideas, Jeeps, and then they asked me if I would want to what I thought about the FJs. And I was like, oh, that'd be rad. It's more of a family or type car anyway, so let's do that.
And so what was it like when you first saw it?
Well, when they pulled up, and I wasn't supposed to look, so they had me looking at the other guy, and I saw it pull up out of the corner of my eye, and I was just thinking, don't look, don't look, don't look. And then finally they let me look, and I got to look, and it was pretty awesome.
Now, where will you go camping? Where's your favorite spots?
Well, I live in Sacramento, so Tahoe's like an hour drive, so definitely probably up in Tahoe.
Very cool. And I know that Patriots Honor has been doing this for a few years now. I mean, this is such a cool thing that they do. What was your first impression when they called you and contacted you?
Well, a lot of us, our wounded vet community we're pretty tight-knit. And that's who actually connected me with Patriots Honor. So Josh, who received the trike motorcycle last year, he's the one that reached out to me and got me in contact with them in the first place. So through word of mouth from each other, we kind of know who's good and who's not. And so I was ecstatic to hear from them. And
you know, you guys really go above and beyond to really get people back into their life, and that's really the goal here.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just looking to make sure that folks get the help that they need. And you know, it's funny how the little things kind of help you reconnect with your family, your friends, and the people. You know, when you have injuries and you've dealt with whatever you've dealt with in combat, you know, you have a tendency to withdraw because, you know, other people maybe don't have a perspective on what you've gone through. So this is a way for people to just kind of reconnect and get back into the swing of things with their families and their friends.
It's September, and you know what that means. School is back in session on the Hill. And for Peninsula High, it also means there's a new man at the helm. I had a chance to catch up with new principal Brent Kuykendall, who already knows a thing or two about being a Panther.
I born and raised here, graduated Peninsula in 1995. 4 years later, came back to do my student teaching and first year teaching at Vista Grande. Had a great experience there, but then was invited to have the opportunity to reopen Ridgecrest. So that was pretty neat to be a student there that closed it, not personally, but was there when it closed, and then come back as a teacher for its introductory class. And then was there for about 9 years before I got into administration. Was at Marylest for a few years as an assistant principal, then Palos Verdes High School, back to Ridgecrest as a principal, back to Marylest as the principal, and now at Peninsula High School. I love being a part of the community. I think it's a way that I'm able to continue to build relationships with families and with students, knowing the great parts about, you know, being here. I was approached and asked if this is something that I would want to take on. And, you know, in the back of my head, I was hoping that someday I could come here, come to my alma mater and be the principal. But I wasn't necessarily on my immediate radar, so I was a little taken back, but incredibly honored. This is an amazing institution with some, you know, incredibly talented students and dedicated staff. So to be able to get on board with them, it's really a dream come true. The fortunate thing is being in this district my entire career, I do know a lot of people from just my different positions.
What's the biggest challenge being the new guy?
Giving everyone the opportunity to understand the person who I am and my expectations. I think I'm driven to continue to support this school in all of its success and not get in the way. You know, as a principal, I think we have an important job to celebrate what makes a school great. And that's really what drives me every day, is to get to know these kids and make sure that they have every opportunity to show who they are and to explore and to grow and be the person we know they can be today and then tomorrow. So I think as a leader of a school, it's, you know, I'm motivated to inspire, you know, and get to know the kids. But it's a great job. It really is. A lot of people don't ever get an opportunity like that. You know, there are people in education their entire lives and they seek those positions out and they don't ever get a chance to be at a school with that level of success. For me to get it so early in my career, it's, some of it's just darn luck, some of it's being in the right place at the right time. So I take it with bated breath, but I start every day motivated to do what's right for kids and what's right for the community.
It's strange, but you worked for the rival school and the Sea King school. Now you're at the Panther school. How do you sort of feel about that relationship?
Dr. Park and I have worked together closely. He actually, when I left Palos Verdes High School to become the principal at Ridgecrest, he came and took the position that I vacated. We have a great relationship. I think we have a similar philosophy in the way we lead a school. And we've had many discussions, even just over this summer, about talking about how can we make sure to celebrate this district as a whole. Doesn't mean we can't have a fun rivalry and do it all on the field, but we need to move away from any of the pettiness or small things, because if we're battling each other, we're not doing each other any good. If we can work together and become greater together, I think we only are going to do better service for everyone, our teachers, our staff, and the entire community.
Over at the Terranea Resort, we take you on a 5-star experience filled with fun. That's right, 365 days a year, whether you're a local or a guest, there are unique experiences for everyone. I had a chance to sit down with Community Relations and Activities Director Gay Van Sands, who gives us the details. Really, because summer is 365 days here in the peninsula, and so many fun things for local residents to come and do, as well as your guests that stay here.
Yeah, and I think that's the important message today. We want the local neighborhood to know that all of our activities are open to the community as well as to our in-house guests. So please come down and join us. Come here for special occasions, just because it's a summer's day or because you have visitors, whatever the reason. We'd love you to come and join in.
Now, so many activities. We're going to touch on a few of them today here in the show. Let's start out right at the Terranea Beach, where we sent Rocco Sagona this morning, our cameraman, and he went kayaking.
Yes, he did.
And here's the fun part. He had never been in a kayak before, so really anybody can go out there and learn how to kayak. Is that right?
If Rocco did it, anyone can do it, believe me. We have kayaks down at the beach permanently, along with paddle boards.
Okay.
And weather willing, occasionally we can't get people out because obviously safety is our primary concern.
Of course.
But most days we take kayaks out. James Felgar, who handles kayaking for us, is a great guide. Mm-hmm. You literally sit in the kayak and get pushed out. If you're lucky, you don't have to get wet. You do sometimes get wet. But then you go out for 90 minutes, you go along the coastline, you see all kinds of amazing things. Whales, dolphins, seals, and it's over the kelp forest, which in itself is an amazing thing to see.
Looks like you have a pretty fantastic group behind you painting here at this beautiful resort. Tell us about this.
They are brave, but also they're experiencing their little inner artists. It sounds so cliche, but it's true. I think the older people get, the more fearful they are of art unless they've been doing it since. But we say our target audience is adults who haven't painted since 3rd grade. And we love the fear in their eyes, and we love just diffusing that fear and really having them discover something. They probably haven't relaxed and discovered something like painting in a long time, or if ever.
Well, I'm learning a thing or two about cake decorating right out here with Jacqueline. Tell us about this cake decorating. What a great way to have a party, decorate your own cake, and have some fun.
Absolutely. So we offer this cake decorating activity here at Terranea. It's a great family fun activity. We could do birthday parties, bachelorette parties. We've even had just kids parties where they were celebrating the beginning of summer and they did cake decorating and they combined it with pizza. The kids had a blast. I think they were on sugar overload, but it was definitely...
It's a birthday party, so it's okay.
Exactly.
You can come to the Terranea lobby at 10 a.m. every day. We have guided nature walks, so it's either myself or a fellow naturalist, and we walk along our native plant trails, which are really beautiful this time of year. We've actually seen a lot of El Segundo blue butterflies and Palos Verdes blue butterflies that come around, and they're endangered, so that's exciting. We look for dolphins, whales, sea lions, and then we end right here for our falconry experience every day at 11.
It must be so interesting for people that not only learning about nature, like you said, about butterflies, and just seeing things that they may never see anywhere else.
And it's really special because as a resort, I feel like we actually care, and native plants are doing so well here. And just because of that, we actually have endangered species that come back, which is my passion.
People just show up and we have a fun workshop. And of course, taking advantage of the entire beautiful landscape of Terranea, and they can use any camera that they want. So if they have, let's say, a digital SLR where you can interchange the lenses, professional, or a compact camera, or even a smartphone.
What's the number one thing that people ask you when they're getting ready to take a picture or something?
What's the best light? How do I look good in the light, and how do I make someone else look good in the light? So that's one of the things I teach, is being able to identify and to find the great light, the quality of light, to be able to identify that, and how soft, how hard it is, and also the direction. So sometimes it seems like it's a big mystery, but it's really not.
The wine walk, it was really a great idea for this facility because it's such a vast facility and offers so much. So we wanted to take the educational piece of Terranea, plus add some wine to it, so that's fun, right? So we start off at Nelson's, and we start with a nice featured wine there. After that, we kind of talk story about the wine, about the vineyards, so guests could be educated on the wine that they're drinking. Our last stop would be Marcel, and we saved the best for last. So Marcel is great. So we'll have our sommeliers up there meeting and greeting the guests as they come in, and welcome to Marcel. Have a special feature. We'll also do a special feature dessert for them to kind of pair with some of the wines up there, and it's really just educational. And I've done these before and been the instructor, and by the time you get to that last stop, you're best friends with these people, and you get to know them throughout their stay just through their experience on this wine walk.
What we're trying to do is constantly innovate and bring in new and interesting things for guests to do. So the activities menu, actually I'm holding one here, is growing day by day. So if anybody has an idea that they want us to incorporate, tell us and we'll give it a go.
And Gay, so many other activities, including surfing, helicopter rides, you name it, you guys do it here at the Terranea Resort.
Yeah, we do, and we're working constantly to develop new relationships with local vendors. We tried out a fun thing the other day, which is paddle boarding at night with lights, which was really enormously fun. Yeah, we do helicopter tours from here.
Amazing.
We do surfing, we do all sorts of things. So if you're interested at all, please give us a call and we'll tell you what's available.
The Peninsula Seniors are offering residents an opportunity to see the inside of some of the most beautiful homes on the peninsula. Here is more from Mark J. Dottie.
We have 3 homes in Rolling Hills, each one fabulous, and they are valued at over $6 million a piece. They're not often shown. You have to have special permission, so it's not as if you might have seen these homes before. You haven't. They are so good. The money is going to go to the building that the Peninsula Seniors are trying to purchase. It will be $100 a ticket, and that includes a gourmet luncheon by Chef Earl. It will start at 11 o'clock and go till 2 o'clock. And we're looking for volunteers to be hostesses. If you are a volunteer, you would be a hostess from 11 to 2:30. The dates of the event are September 17th. That's a Sunday. So I hope that you will all come. You will not regret it. The homes are unique. Each one is completely different. One has the best backyard that you could possibly imagine for a family. There are 5 bedrooms, and so you want a family. They have a large riding ring, a large 4-stall stable where there's living quarters above. And there's, of course, a pool, a huge yard to play the largest game of croquet you could ever imagine. It's all flat, which of course is so unusual in Rolling Hills and on the Peninsula to boot. So that one's been renovated, and it is charming, just lovely. Gobs of parking and all that good stuff. Then another one is view, 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 view. The interesting part is that it's a Western style, and the owner carved all the windows and the faceboards by himself in his shop. And it is an amazing artwork. So you'll enjoy that, plus of course the view. And then the third one is a brand new house over on Appaloosa, brand new, and it has the latest of everything. Walls that disappear, windows that disappear. It's just made for entertaining. There's a 4-car garage, and it has just everything that's the latest in modern utility happenings. The tour is self-guided. You will come in your car, and we encourage you to carpool because parking, of course, is tough, always, everywhere. You can get a ticket by calling the number 310-377-3003. You can go to RPV City Hall and they'll tell you where to go, or you can send your money to Peninsula Seniors, 30928 Hawthorne Boulevard, RPV 90275. The event is September 17th, which is a Sunday, from 11 till 2. You can go at any time during that time, and we'd love for you to be a volunteer or a hostess, as we call them. All the homes are furnished, so that's interesting too, to see how they are furnished. You get to go through every room, just like you might be the buyer for one of these houses, and that could be too. They're mostly on one story without steps, except for the one house that has a large room downstairs that is a huge party room. So it does have steps going down into the basement, but you'll never know you're in the basement once you're there. But all the rest are on one story, so it's easy for walkers. I think you will enjoy seeing every room. It's worthwhile seeing.
And in sports, football is back in Los Angeles and back in Rancho Palos Verdes. I caught up with Peninsula head coach David Young, who gives us a sneak peek of the Panthers' upcoming season. You had tremendous success last year, considering you had to start from the ground up with the football program. What do you do this year to keep it up and to go further?
Well, we raised the expectation level, number one, and said last year was good, but it wasn't good enough because starting from the ground up, you had to build from the bottom up. And now we've seen what we're able to do, what we're capable of. And the only difference this year is we have an influx of more players that have not played before. So the teaching's gone up, but the learning's there. And I think we're going to be just as strong as we were last year.
What is the biggest challenge when you've got guys coming in that have never played ball before?
Understanding their mentality. You look at them and yes, they're seniors, but they're freshman mentality because they've never played the game. So teaching things from a stance to how to carry a football to how to get lower than the other guy is the number one thing that these guys got to learn on the field. And then teaching strategy, rules of the game, and respect for the game is a whole nother picture. Now, this year we have the opportunity. Our starting defense has 3 guys on it that have never played football in high school before, but they've proven to us and have enough trust in the coaching staff now in what they're doing. They're performing, and I'm excited to see what happens with them Friday night.
So let's talk about some of the guys that are coming back, the returning guys. Who is standing out?
Our 4 captains are above everybody probably when it comes to the work ethic and the leadership parts, and that's why they were elected captains by their teammates. Quarterback Aiden Kuykendall, second-year starting varsity quarterback. His 4 years in this program, has done a ton of work in the offseason to get better, to get himself better, but to raise his level so that his teammates know how to work to it. Jacob Hangardner is another 4-year guy, 3-year varsity guy. He's playing everything. He is the jack of all trades, running back, receiver, kicks, backup quarterback. If he goes down, we need to find a big hole to fill there. So he's excellent. Andreas Park is an lineman for us. He's the key to the offensive line and defensive line. He's another 4-year varsity guy who's put in his time in the program. And Zach McGinnis is our last captain, and he's a 4-year guy who's been on varsity 3 years and is looking for a big year from him because he's really put in the work effort in the offseason.
What do you think that you learned the most last year?
I learned that you got to be patient with things, and it takes time, and you're not going to get the best results always the first time. And you have to go back to the drawing board and be open-minded to things, because in my first year, there was lots of things I expected to go a certain way, and they went a different way. And the only way I knew to do things was to adapt to how they were going. And I think that's what helped us pull out 7 wins last year.
I remember talking to the guys last year, and they were saying how it was really a brotherhood, and they hadn't felt that in a really long time. So are they feeling the same thing again?
Yeah, 100%. You know, even this year, I think we're tighter, and it's just because the group's been in it 1 year, and they know how tightness feels, and they get the bringing in and not pushing away. And it's been the biggest probably comment I've gotten from new players is we have never had this type of tightness or a brotherhood or family-orientated sport like we have here with football. And that's been a big drawing thing to guys who've been looking for something they can hold on to and a commitment that means something.
All right, 7 games last year. What are your expectations this year, Coach?
Well, I'll up it. I'd like to get that 8th one because that 8th one means we go to the playoffs. And last year we missed the playoffs because we couldn't win one more league game. So our whole mindset is we got to go win our league to get to the playoffs, and that's it.
And finally, there's a new restaurant in the Golden Cove Plaza that offers a fresh and healthy alternative. Poke Me is a mix of Hawaiian Asian fusion and is absolutely delicious. And the best part is you get to choose the ingredients so you can have a new culinary adventure every time you go there. Here's more.
It's pronounced poke. It's an Hawaiian word for basically diced fish. It's a very traditional Hawaiian dish. It's basically an ahi tuna, that's the mainstay. It's already pre-marinated with shoyu, soy sauce, and onions and other very traditional Hawaiian ingredients that they add to it. And also they use taco, which is the octopus, and then salmon. These are the 3 main items. When it came to the mainland from the West Coast here in California or the East Coast in New York, the whole thing changed. And they added a lot more varieties to it. And they took it to the next level, which is a build your own bowl type, not the pre-marinated or ready to go. That's very common to Hawaiians. People always want varieties, and people want the control of what they really like to eat. And it's very much so they want choices as well. And the menu really goes on and on regarding the varieties that we offer. And that's what makes Poke Me especially stands out in a good way, that we have the varieties that others don't have. And we're very happy to be here in PV, in the Golden Cove Center, to be honest with you. We have a great following from the locals, from the community, because we're the only one on the hill actually that serve an alternative, fast casual, good for you, fish lover kind of food, and that's actually have a very good variety of all kind of fish. And like I said, we're chef driven concept, which we have a chef on hand that actually makes all the sauces in-house as well. Yes, we have, that's truly what makes us special, our sauces as well, besides the freshness of our product and ingredients. We have the mural on the wall, and we do this in every location that we open to show that we are part of the community that we serve. And actually, like the one in Westwood, it shows the Bruins and it shows some of the monuments in Westwood. And as well as here in PV, that we show the 2 high schools mascots and also the lighthouse as well. Yes.
You've lived here for a long time. What sort of made you want to do this location?
Really what made us do that is that we felt there is a need to have such an alternative for this kind of product in PV, and that we know that surfers community here and the beach community here, they love this kind of food, and some of them actually live between here and Hawaii or a lot of coastal beach areas as well. So it's really a no-brainer that we know that these people are gonna love the product, and especially that, as I mentioned, that we really do care about the quality of the ingredients that we serve and the whole concept. So, with the sauces and the fish, and we take really extra care for that.
Okay, Sean, now for the dessert lovers, because we all have to have a little something sweet, I noticed the macaroon ice cream. Tell us about that.
Well, that's really a hit. It's an amazing thing, and it's really very difficult to actually resist, to be honest with you. We actually open 7 days a week. We open every day from 11 o'clock in the morning, and we close at 9:30, Monday through Saturday, and from 11 to 9 on Sunday.
And I have to tell you firsthand, you won't be disappointed with anything at Poke Me. And that will do it for us. From everyone here at RPV TV, make it a great day.